All right, hello. For those of you watching, we should have just gone live on video here on the Facebook page. Tom's about to sit down with us here. And if somebody wants to let us know that we are in fact live, though, I can check it myself too. Here it goes. Yep, there it went. Okay, so we are officially live right now. Tom?
Good to be here, Kevin.
Yes, sir. I just checked it on my end, and so we are good. All right, hello. For those of you watching, we should... That's probably you, Tom. We should have just gone live on video here on the Facebook page. Or is it me? Tom's about to sit down with us here. Was that video on your end?
I don't think so. Well, it might have been when I started it. I just cut it off.
Okay. All right, it's going to start for me here again. I'll have to pause it out and then we'll go. And so. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, hey, we just hit the top of the hour, so I do have the comments box open here for those of you who want to post in there. And otherwise, Tom, I'm going to take us off right about now. Show number 298, Desires versus Goals. I'm your host, Kevin Miller. Today I am live with Tom Ziglar. We're going to play a 10-minute talk from Zig talking about goals, but then discuss why so many of us, why so many people in our culture today have desires but don't actually make them goals. So first, on that note, speaking of desires and goals, Tom Ziglar, as you were showing me your juice shake there a minute ago, and those of you watching the video, maybe you'll get a shot of your fancy shake there, Tom. So, all right, we're talking goals. So you're in the midst of a personal goal and pursuit right now. Give us a story.
All right, Kevin. I sure enjoy these podcasts, doing them live and everything. And for those of you watching, you can see my green juice. I'm actually on a 10-day juice diet where I'm only juicing for 10 days. And I'm happy to say that I'm on day 5. So I'm excited. I'm just about halfway done. The amazing thing is I feel great. The second day was tough. I had a headache and a little bit of nausea. But after that, I've had as much or more energy than normal. My clarity of thought has been great. And, man, it's just amazing when you wake up, how good you feel when you do something like that. So here's the goal, here's the desire, the connection. I'm kind of a nerd, as a lot of people know, and I get reports and everything on health and fitness and, mental wellness and all the things that we've got to do to really be the best we can be. And so whenever I see a report on Alzheimer's, it just kind of hits me. And that's because Dad and he was suffering from that at the end of his life, and that is just an incredibly difficult thing for anybody to go through. And there was a report that came out that they took 10 Alzheimer's patients and they put them on a special diet. And after going on this diet for 3 months, 9 out of the 10 reversed their symptoms. First time this has really ever happened. And 6 of them were actually able to go back to work. The one who didn't reverse, they were pretty far along in their Alzheimer's. And basically the diet was real simple, Kevin. It was just nothing processed. It was, no simple carbs. There was no gluten in the diet at all. And the meat they ate was either grass-fed beef or wild-caught fish. So no preservatives, once again, nothing processed. And so it's amazing to me that when we look at the way God made food, that's the way we're supposed to eat it. So I've committed in 2015 to do that diet. So in 2015, I'm not going to eat anything processed. I'm not going to take any, by choice anyway. I'm going to eat the meats that are good for me. I'm going to stay away from gluten, which is wheat primarily, and I'm just going to eat the food the way God made it. And somebody sent me a video link, and the video was to a documentary called, I think it was called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead or something like that. It was about an Australian guy who comes, and he did the juice diet. And I'm like, well, I've done juicing before. I wonder if I can go 10 days. So the 10-day thing is just a kickstart. It's really kind of a mind over matter thing. It's just kind of getting my spirit right. I'm getting ready for 2015, and I'm going to be done on the 20th, which means I can enjoy some good Christmas food, although I won't be doing any processed food. So that's why I'm doing it. And when I saw what Dad went through, and I realized that we have a choice. He didn't know the choices, and a lot of us don't know the choices, but when we know we have a choice to make, if I can, even cut down the percentage of getting a disease like that, 10, 20% or whatever it is, even if it's small, it's worth it. Besides that, all the side effects of a diet, not having anything processed, are things like, you weigh the right amount, you have more energy, your health bills go down, you look better in your clothes, you're more confident. So all the side effects of a lifestyle like that are something that I really want. And I travel a lot, so it's going to take some preparation when I go on the road, and I'm probably going to be eating a lot of salads and fruits and vegetables and, wild-caught salmon whenever I can get it. So that's just kind of the way it is. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it.
Well, you're barking up my tree. I'm with you on all that. I'm just hoping that in that realm of only food that God created, that eggnog fits in that, since we are at Christmas, and that's my mainstay for Christmas. Okay, well, I actually have some questions on that, but I'm going to wait. We'll play the clip right here from Zig, and then revisit on what you're doing right now. I got a couple questions there. Well, in this clip that we're going to play, and for those of you who are with us live, you'll be watching Tom and I sit here and listen as well for the next 10 minutes. But in this clip, Zig is literally talking to a live audience on a goals program. You're going to hear him reference specific materials that are found in the Ziglar Performance Planner and in his book, Over the Top. So I know many listening now, and who will be listening to the podcast later, have these materials. But if you don't, or if you want to give someone else a life-changing gift, you can go to the products page at Ziglar.com, or we have a brand new opportunity to join Tom at Ziglar.com/Goal Summit 2015. Right, that's Ziglar.com/Goal Summit 2015. There's a program there. There's a couple programs for the professional and just for the personal as well, for making yours or your team's resolution stick this new year. Well, now we'll mention this again at the end of the show, but I just wanted to give you an opportunity to get those products that you're going to hear Zig talk about if you don't have them already. So we'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a moment. Right now, though, Tom, we're going to listen to your dad. Here we go.
How do you set those goals? Heard about a fella, his wife sent him down to the store to buy a ham. He came back with a little bit later, and she said, "You didn't have the end cut off." He said, "You didn't tell me to." She said, "I thought you knew. We always cut the end of the ham off." And he said, "Why?" Legitimate question. She said, "Well, because my mama always cut the end of the ham off." He said, "Well, let's call Mama and ask her, why did she cut the end of the ham off?" They called Mama, and Mama cut the ham off because Mama missed her right now. Let's call Grandma. They called Grandma and said, "Grandma, why do you cut the end of the ham off?" She said, "I cut the end of the ham off because my roaster's too small." Now, Grandma had a reason. Do you have a reason? You see, a goals program will move you from survival, and some people who see this will be in a survival mode, to stability. Then it'll move you from stability to success, and from success to significance. As you set your goals, a light goes on in your future. Hey, I see something there. With a game plan for life, you become more confident and focused on what it is that you really want. But the fact is, you can't be everything to everybody. You can't do everything you want to do and have it all. Now, I know that sounds just a tad bit negative, but that is absolutely true. For example, some ways to make a living. That's a bunch of ways to make a living. Now, if you do even 1/2 of 1% of them, you'll starve to death. I think you would agree with that. You got to focus on what it is that you really want to do, because you'd failed at all 50,000 of them. You must keep the main thing the main thing. And what is the main thing? It's a balanced life. What does it mean to you if you made millions and destroyed your health? What would it mean if you climbed to the top of the ladder and your family deserted you, or they grew up in a way that you don't like? See, the problem is all of your life you've been told you can't set a goal to be happy. Let's talk about that just for a moment. Is that realistic? Now, let's take a look, if you will, at what it is that everybody wants. Well, everybody wants to be happy and healthy. They want to be prosperous, at least reasonably so. They want to be secure. They want to have friends, peace of mind, good family relationships, and hope for the future. They want to love, and they want to be loved. Now, to get all of those things, you got to deal with all of life. Your personal life, your family life, and your career. You got to deal with the physical, the mental, the spiritual, and the financial. But let's look at that goal. Can you set a goal to be happy? Well, let me ask you some questions. How many of you believe there's something you can specifically do that will improve